Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Summer on the Mic. If this is your first time, my name is Nmesoma and Rose, and this is episode 10. And if you're a returning listener, welcome back. Today, I have a special guest, Rose Asikpo-Okon. Rose is a friend of mine, and she's also the CEO of Reflection Lip Gloss and a graduate of sociology. So let's welcome Rose to the show.
Hi guys, hi everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm really excited. I feel like I'm blown being on Summer on the mic, but yeah, I'm so excited to be here with Summer. It's such an honor. I love listening to Summer on the mic. I think one of the first things that really fascinated me when it came out was that it's beyond self-help. It is that place to draw sense from, literally. So I'm just happy to be a part of the vision that she has.
Thank you so much for joining in. So today we're going to be talking about gratitude. We're looking at everything gratitude. So I saw this TikTok sound, or I'm sure you're familiar with this TikTok sound that says instead of complaining about everything, learn to be thankful for everything. And it's so important. Like I feel like some of us just think of the word practicing gratitude and just think of it as a casual word that we use, practice gratitude. But so many people don't actually realize that it is beyond just a word. It's something that can shift your mindset. It can literally change how you see life
Yeah.
or view life. So yes, we're going to be looking at that. So what does gratitude mean to you?
For me, gratitude is basically honoring a representation of your perception. That's in regards to effort, regards to, doing your best, showing up. So it goes beyond overcompensating. It goes beyond saying thank you. It is just that conscious effort, right? Taking responsibility for the things that we receive, the things that we enjoy, the things that we get to experience, whether from God, whether from the people around us, and very importantly, from ourselves as well. So, yes, gratitude for me is taking the conscious effort to acknowledge the things that we experience and enjoy around us. So, yes.
I like that definition. I like the fact that you use conscious effort because it's something that we must practice daily, something that we must make conscious effort to have at the back of our minds to just be thankful. I would like to think of it as also a state of being thankful or a state of
Yeah.
thankfulness because you're just being thankful about like everything around you. So I'm going to ask you, like, is there any practice like in your day-to-day work where you just have a practice of gratitude?
Okay, so for me is with my first love. I feel like the most person that I have received love from is God. And in the morning, I intentionally, whether no matter how exhausted I am, if someone is calling me at that time, the first thing I do is thank you, Lord, right? Just the very things that I enjoy, the very life that I have is accounted to him. Without him, I wouldn't have all of those things. So it's a daily practice in my life. And even beyond that, the people around me, just making that extra effort, right? To just reach out to these people to let them know that, oh, maybe it can be an I love you text, it can be sending a gift, it can be a call, putting a call through. And more than that, another practice that I do have is at myself at the end of the day, just evaluating what are the things I did today, how did I show up, what are the things that I was able to, go through, and just telling myself thank you for not giving up, not doing the opposite of the things that can be good for me. So yeah, I think those are like the three major ones for me.
I feel like sometimes we forget the fact that we should also be grateful to ourselves and just appreciate
Mm-hmm.
ourselves how far we've come, regardless. Something also that I said is the fact that when we wake up, like being conscious of the fact that when you wake up, the first thing that you should do is literally be grateful. You're alive.
Yes.
Not many people are alive. Like woke up today and it's
Mm-hmm.
something that you should be grateful for. Recently, I had a conversation with my friend and he asked me, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, that's a whole conversation." And he goes, "Are you alive? Are you breathing?" And I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Yes." So what again? As long as you're alive, as long as
Exactly.
you're breathing, no matter what it is that you're going through, you have a reason
Yeah.
to be grateful. And it literally shifted my mindset as at that time. So I changed my mind from what I was thinking about, all the things I was probably going through or whatever. And I just changed
Mhm.
my mind to the fact that there's so much to be grateful for. Like instead of thinking about like all the things that have gone wrong, like what are the things
Yeah.
that are going right? How can you like improve on those things. One of my other friends mentioned something about how she does this journaling method where every night before she goes to bed, she would write like three things she's grateful for in the day. And I feel like that is such like it's such a way of reminding
Yeah.
ourselves of things even get carried away about. Like, so today maybe something very fascinating happened, like you didn't even take note of it, like, but when you're journaling and you're writing it down, like, oh, what are the top three things you're grateful for, and you just remember like, oh, this happened today, and like I may
Yeah.
not have to take account of it, but like it happened and I'm grateful for it, and acknowledging all those things. So I feel like that is another step in our daily life that we should practice gratitude. So now I'm going to ask you a question. I remember when we were in school, in church, the way you praise God, the way you worship God is so palpable about how grateful you are to God. And like it was so evident to everybody. You might have gone through maybe like 1,000,001 things before coming to church in the morning. But when I see you worshiping and praising God, like how did that become a conscious thing for you?
Before even answering that question, I wanted to add something to the point you brought up with your friend earlier. Another thing that I do is having a gratitude jar. So it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be like an old mayonnaise container, something, just a jar. And at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, basically when I remember, let me not say like, okay, I stick to particular timing. But when I remember, I just write all the things that I'm grateful for. And it goes beyond, it can be, oh, someone was nice to me in an Uber today. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that I had to experience, maybe I listened to a sermon or something, but just that. And it keeps me in a place where I constantly remember that, okay, 1,000,001 things may have happened during the day, but there were some things that I should still be grateful for. Answering the question that you asked, I would say it's been a journey getting to that, right? It's been a whole journey. And something that helped me is perspective, right? I decided on my own, like just to have more understanding, seek to know God more, and that really changed my life forever. Understanding that when He says that I know the plans I think towards you, of good and not of evil, it is not just okay, let me say it so that Rose feels happy. Let me just say it because I'm God and I can say stuff. Is that He actually means it, right? And he despite the things that happen, there's a scripture that always comforts me, and he says that even through the storm I will be with you, right? It tells us something. It tells us of the quality of God and his love for us, right? And that always, I try to keep that first on my mind. Like you said, 1,000,001 things are happening. I mean, you're in school, there's people annoying you, there's courses that are dragging you, like literally a lot of things trying to take that place, but deciding to put the positive on the forefront is just something that helps me stay in that posture. So I can be standing there and I literally may have just like 0 naira in my account, but I focus on a higher thing, right? What is this higher thing? God is able to supply our needs according to His riches in glory. There for every believer, for everything that works out, everything that happens in our life is for a purpose, right? Says for listen, all things work together for our good, and just remembering I am loved, I have a present Father. I'm surrounded by so much light. Basically, looking beyond the darkness, looking beyond the situations, looking beyond the happenings, and just focusing on something that can be and making that my reality is what keeps me in that posture of, God, you're good. It can be that maybe I was just robbed or something, but you're good. Not just saying it to make myself feel good, but seeking to understand the depth of the word that he has spoken concerning us and just pushing it there and keeping it there at my view. All these things will always happen. Things would always, like, trials will always come. Things will always go wrong. Somebody will always annoy you, but there is light, and just fixing on those things. And another thing also is, if in the moment everything seems to be going wrong, I take my mind back to when things were wrong, but they became better. And I fix my gaze on that and draw like the ability to be grateful from that. So keeping records. So like your friend that journals, she's keeping records. There will come a day, or I promise you, there will come a day, and you're just like, everything. But when you're going through that book again, you're going through those pages, you're just reminded, and it keeps your heart in the right place. So yeah.
I love that you answered the question I was even going to ask next. I was going to say
Oh.
like if things are going wrong, like how do you shift your mind back to that perspective? But then
Mhm.
I like how you connected the fact that if you're journaling and you're making a conscious effort to like write out things you're grateful for,
Yeah.
on those bad days, you have those journals to recall back the
Hmm.
things that like
Yeah.
probably have forgotten to be grateful for.
Hmm.
And it's something like I think recently, like also people usually just celebrate like the big things. And that's what always takes
Mm.
like there are a lot of things
Yeah.
actually happening, like little things that you should just close your eye and be like, God, thank you. Because
Yeah.
like just you being grateful for that little thing can make a huge difference in your life. So I like the fact that you focus like to another side of
Mhm.
like if things are not going well as well, like what you do. But aside from
Mhm.
the gratitude journal, because I'm sure like not everybody has a gratitude journal,
Yes.
is there any like in the spur of the moment, let's say you suddenly just feel like
Mm.
overwhelmed with life or whatever the case may be, and you're just you've forgotten like all the things that you should be grateful for. You've forgotten like all the reasons why you should have a positive mindset or whatever the case may be. Like, what would you say to somebody that is that overwhelmed?
So, in the first place, even aside from journaling, another thing that I would suggest is keep memories. So, pictures, it
Mm-hmm.
can be a picture, it can be a souvenir from a day that you felt extremely good, right? Keep memories, they have this way of just reminding you of how you felt at that particular time, especially pictures and videos. I'll share a story. So, recently, I was just feeling like, oh, like nothing good is happening in my life. Like what's happening in the country, different things, like and something was like, oh, go back to your gallery, and I have an archive for everything. I'm not weird, okay. Went through my gallery and I was just looking at those pictures, and there's something that it did to me. It just motivated me to sort of push through, look forward to better, look forward to, happier times, joyful times, sweeter things to come. And another thing also I would say to that person that it feels like there's no need to be grateful, like life is going through it and I'm going through life as well, everything is not happening as I planned it to. Take your mind off the things that are not working. Like Summer mentioned earlier, take your mind off the things that are not working. And these are practical steps. Surround yourself with the things that are working, even if it's not in your life, right? It can be that, okay, something good is going on for someone else. There's something that someone always says, how joy and happiness is contagious. I would use this to explain gratitude. Take yourself and position. Sometimes you're sitting down in your room and that's when you remember that things are not going right. There are different things to be not grateful for, like the storm of the world is on me. I'm literally the burden bearer. After Jesus is me. It's not you, darling. Just surrounding yourself with the right people, surrounding yourself with people that things are going on for, helps you to be grateful. Try it and see. That's just what I would say. Try it and see, because
I already put it into perspective.
so it's like, try it and see. Okay, it can be that, okay, things are not going on for you. Move yourself to another position. Move yourself. Call up someone. Go on social media. These days we have social media. These are the good things to use social media for. Go to that YouTube page of that joyful mom and her 2-year old. Watch that cleaning video. Like, do something else. Like, take yourself out of that space where you cannot be grateful. Literally, what I'm saying is find things to be grateful for. Manually find these things. Don't wait for them to come to you all of the time. That's another thing. Seek to be grateful for things. You know, And it may not be easy. Saying this, oh, it's like, okay, somebody was saying, hey, you don't know, it's difficult for me, I'm this and that, I'm going through it. Like, oh, that's just English language. But I promise, I'm not saying it out of English language. I'm telling you things that have worked in my life. I've seen it work in other people's lives as well. Don't always wait for reasons to be grateful to come to you. Seek out reasons to be grateful. I feel like that's also a way to live positively because it inspires you to always stay in the place where you have a positive perspective, you have a positive mindset, there's no bitterness, you're constantly swelled up. That let me just use that term, swelled up, like with joy. You're constantly beaming, right? It can be you would when you get to that point where you begin to even see things to be grateful for, you begin to see them happen, right? You begin to see them happen. It's not magic, it's just how it is. It's not any deep mystery of whatever. No, it's simple facts. It's go and seek these things, genuinely seek to be grateful for things, right? It can, and now it's not just with other people, with yourself. It can be like giving yourself a review. What have I achieved? What are the things that I have done? What are the things that have worked out for me? Where was I 2 years ago? Where was I 3 years ago? Like, and you would find yourself entering that space of being happier, being more grateful, being more filled with joy. And so yeah, that's just the little I would say.
Wow. Wow. I love how you put everything. Like literally you just summed up all our points together. This is I love how you put the fact that you should also find things that you should be grateful for. It is so,
Yeah.
so important. Because sometimes your surrounding circumstances might not be what you want it to be. And if you
Mm-hmm.
stayed well there, you would never really see reasons why you should be grateful. You continue to feel the pressure of the world on your
Mm-hmm.
head. Like, but when you actually seek out measures to go out there and look for how to make yourself like change your mindset or like make yourself see reasons to be positive. So yes, I love how you put that. So I'm going to switch now to the aspect of like being grateful to other people. So I feel like a lot of us like have people in our lives and we don't actually appreciate them enough. I was talking to my friend the other day and I'm like, I don't know, but I take birthdays
Mm-hmm.
as opportunities to actually remind people how grateful I am to have them in my life, that kind of thing. And it's so important, even if they are, it's not like a constant thing you do every time, reminding people like, oh, I'm grateful for you. It's also very important to find out times, like specific times to just give gratitude to people. Like I also Christmas is another time, like saying, oh, you were a major part of my year, like thank you, that kind of thing. Or it's somebody's birthday, like composing a nice message for them to say like how much they've helped
Yeah.
you or something. Aside from
Yeah.
what it does for them, it also just makes you feel good. Like makes you feel very good
Definitely.
about yourself and like the people
Mm-hmm.
you have around you as well. Also be grateful to
Mm-hmm.
people when they do things to you. Like say thank you. And when you say thank you, say it from the bottom of your heart. Let them realize that you actually are grateful for this thing that they've done for you. So do you have anything to say
Mm-hmm.
on that?
Okay, so I will start with this. Except the people around you are not the right people, gratitude should come easy. And I
Mm,
would explain from there, right? So it's like you have good people around you, you have people that genuinely love you, right? That puts your heart in a constant state of appreciation. What is gratitude? Appreciation. I feel like most people get it wrong when they feel like to be grateful to my friend, I need to do something over the top. I need
yeah.
to be like overly dramatic and book them a vacation to do, but it's it's literally in the simple things, right? Appreciating intentionally in gratitude to other people. I feel like the first key word there is intentionality. Intentionality, right? You're seeing the value that these people or these persons bring to you, and you're reciprocating that with actions. It can be act of service, it can be quality time, it can be you showing up for them as well, right? Like you said, a text, it can be a voice note, and it doesn't always have to be only on special occasions, right? Recently, I was convicted of something. So I have amazing, amazing people around me, family, friends, and all of that. But I don't know whether it was see finish. I think that's what it was. I didn't feel the need to like I need to like when is their brother I'll post, go all out, captions, everything. But like on a daily basis, I just see them finish. Like they and these people show up on a daily basis to love me, to bring value to my life, right? Teachers, mentors, disciples, and all of those things. And I was convicted of how ungrateful I have been. In my mind, I thought that I give these people gifts, like, they know that they're valued, basically. And the person was like, no, honor is also a sign of gratitude. Acknowledgement, first off, is also a sign of gratitude. So beyond the gifts, beyond take out time, even showing gratitude can be something as saying a prayer for that person, right? It can be like saying a prayers for them. It can be maybe they're dealing with something, create a playlist for them. Basically, intentionally, not just waiting for special moments, not just waiting for when they do the grand stuff. Even your friend calling you up like maybe every day consistently for a week, at the end of the week or after each call, be able to express, show them. I feel like Nigerians make it look like, oh, it's mushy stuff. It's Western culture to show gratitude to our friends and the people around us, or it's being too dramatic. But no, don't shy away from it. Don't downgrade it. Basically, it's very important to show gratitude to other people, right? It just tells of the kind of person that you are. And I don't want to believe that anybody that listens to someone on the mic has bad character. You guys are sweet people. So it just tells of your kind of person. Appreciate the people around you. To somebody, I don't know why there's somebody, send that text. Like literally, it will not make you less of a fresh guy. Like literally tell your bro, like, I'm grateful for you. Like it's not a white people thing, I promise, and it's not a ladies thing. It's for everybody. We should be able to be grateful for and to the people around us. So yeah.
Lovely, 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 lovely. This has been very, very enlightening, and I absolutely loved what you just said. It's very, very
Mhm.
important to be grateful for people around you. Let's let go
Yeah.
of this finish mentality, like seeing the people around you finish, because you never really know what you have until you lose it, though. And you have good people around you, and you're not treating them well. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
for the people around you. So
Mm-hmm.
you just look at everything we've said so far in practicing gratitude. Be grateful for people around you. Have a gratitude
Mm-hmm.
jar. The fact that you said that you have a gratitude jar where you can just pick up a little note and see like something that should give you reasons to be grateful. Another thing is I'm going to say to everybody here, bring out your notepad, write out 3 things that you're grateful for today. 3 things that you can just
Mm-hmm.
say, yes, this happened to me today, and I'm actually
Yeah.
grateful that this, and make it a conscious effort every day so that when the thoughts start to come on of why you shouldn't be grateful for something, you remember, because it's also a way of putting it out to the universe. Out of everything that could
Mm-hmm.
have happened in this world, you are alive, you're here, or this is happening for you.
Yes.
Like, you're doing something in your field, so you should find a reason to be grateful. So we also
Mm-hmm.
said look for reasons to make you happy. Is there any other thing you
Okay.
would?
I feel like the part that we haven't really spoken about is being grateful for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't touched a lot on that, but it's very important. If you don't, first of all, know how to appreciate yourself, it will be very difficult to even appreciate other people and even God, right? Appreciating yourself is not overcompensation. It's not okay. I've worked from Monday to Friday. I deserve 20 trips, right? Is acknowledging and rewarding your efforts, is gratitude to yourself. And make it a conscious thing, make it an intentional act that you take out time and you you are grateful for yourself, because whether
Yeah.
you like it or not, you've been through things, but the fact that you still show up each day, the fact that you still push through, the fact that you still put yourself through the systems that you do, the fact that you still submit yourself to learning, submit yourself to growing. Even the fact that you tune into podcasts as insightful as these ones to just grow, to just learn something new, you should be grateful for that. that, oh, me to have tried though, like, thank you, me. Like, I don't, yes, it's just this simple thing, not overcompensation, not anything so dramatic, not okay, I am the star, the light, the moon, I am the all of that. No, it's just acknowledging your efforts, patting yourself on the back, right? Sometimes if you're not able to be grateful for yourself, you won't be able to see the value in you. So even when people are not grateful for you, even when people are not valuing you as they ought to, you will join the bandwagon because you haven't sat with yourself. You haven't sat to evaluate yourself. You haven't sat to be grateful for yourself first. So yeah, that's just one last thing that I'll add.
think that's very, very important because we find it easy to just think of like being grateful to like people, being grateful to God, but it's actually very important to also be grateful to ourselves. You have to be able to give it to yourself as well, which is very,
Mm-hmm.
very. So I'm going to just ask if there's anything you want to, any advice you want to give to anybody listening right now.
Mm. A couple come to my mind. A couple of things come to my mind. Um, but one thing I would say is practicing gratitude has a way of changing someone. It can really shift things from 0 to 100 real quick,
Yeah.
right? And there are rewards for gratitude. Might I put it out there? So you don't know that person that you're saying thank you to, or you're being grateful for and being grateful to. There are rewards for gratitude. And now don't focus on okay, there are rewards, that's why I will be grateful. There are rewards for intentional gratitude, right? Not self-seeking, not selfish, not anything negative or that way, but intentionally taking out time to practice gratitude. There are rewards. There are rewards. And when you do it, you would be able to see these benefits. You will be able to just tell. And I would also share this. I don't know why I just felt to share this, but I would also share this. So it's like to that person, you're going through what looks like the thick of everything that can go bad, the thick of everything that can go horrible, and it just looks like gratitude is the least thing on your mind. Now, gratitude should not always necessarily look like, okay, because somebody did something for me, this is why I would do it back. It's not a who does it better. Who does it better? It's intentional effort to acknowledge and reward something that brings you value, right? That maybe like let me put in context what I'm saying. So some people will be like, okay, she didn't wish me happy birthday, so nothing for you. Yes, I'm breaking all your tables.
Shaking tables.
She didn't give the gift that she gave me was 5K, meaning her birthday is 3 5.
Where's this shaking tables?
The, the point of gratitude is not to outdo or underdo or compensate. It is an intentional effort. I feel like I should like that's something that you need to hear. It is an intentional effort. It is not okay, do me, I do you. That's not gratitude. That's not gratitude. That's a transaction. You know how when you go to the bank, you fill a form, you submit it, they give you your money, and then you give them the paper and all of that. Transaction. Gratitude is not transaction. It's an intentional effort. There are rewards for it, right? Don't do it because another person did for me. So let me just know. It should be from a place. And that place comes from acknowledging what you have received, and not you're not measuring okay, because she gave me two thank yous, I'll give her 2.5 to show that I tried to. No, it should be from a place, an intentional place. So yeah.
Okay, I'm going to focus on something you said now about how it's not a she did it for me, so I have to do it back to her. It's not
Mhm.
something that is transactionary. I was telling Pekia recently about how when people wish you, like somebody wishes you happy birthday and just says happy birthday, but you,
Mhm.
on the other hand, is maybe very appreciative or something, and you would literally compose a long message for this person because you feel like
Yeah.
doing it is something that you feel like doing. If it's from your
Mm-hmm.
heart, that's all that matters. Like as long as it's coming from your
Yep.
heart, you don't have to do, oh, she wished me one line,
Mm-hmm.
so I wish her one line of happy birthday back. If the person has done something good to you, if the person has been nice to you over the last year or something, you have every reason to
Mm-hmm.
do what your heart pleases you to do, and not trying to do what the other
Mm-hmm.
person did. Just give me happy birthday one line, I'll do her happy birthday one
Yeah.
line. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because it's something you feel like doing, and not because, oh yes, this person did me this, so I must do that person back. Unless
Mm-hmm.
you feel like so good about the person. But if it's somebody that you actually feel good about, somebody you're grateful to have, and you want to write something long for the person, please do that though. So yes, we've come to the end of this episode, and I think this has been very enlightening, not just for people here, but also for me too. I love how you made emphasis on having a gratitude journal, and also let's take conscious effort to actually put down things that we're grateful for every day. And it also has a ripple effect. Being grateful, it has a ripple effect on us and things around us. So because you're grateful, like everything around you just seems to work right. So people are looking at you and they're like, why is this babe like so happy and whatever? Happiness is
People
based on happenings, but joy, as long
doesn't
as you're
end
grateful,
it.
your joy will remain intact because you're seeing right,
Exactly.
grateful, so your joy will always be intact. So yes, thank you so much, Rose, for coming on this episode. I'm so happy that you came here today. This has been very enlightening, and I'm sure everybody would find it enlightening as well. So thank you very much, and we've come to the end of this episode. Please make sure
Thank
you
you for
give
having me.
podcast a rating. Make sure you leave a comment. If gratitude is something you're finding difficult, please put it in the comment section and we'll talk about it. If there's something that stood out to you, please let us know. And if you want to see Rose again, also let me know in the comment section. Yes, and thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so
everyone.
much.
And yes, this is a wrap. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.